Welcome to this video. My name is Alex. Now I believe I know one thing about you with absolute certainty, and it's this, that you want to be free. Now you may not think in your head that you want to be free, but your heart, which is your true home, it's where you truly exist in your heart, and your heart longs for freedom, longs to be free of all restrictions. It longs to experience the freedom, the joy, the light, the expansiveness. Your heart longs for that. You may not even be aware of it. And so what we do in our life is we try and find a substitute for freedom because we don't know we're looking for freedom. So what we do is we try and bring feelings, positive feelings into our life. Now a lot of people do that by things they do in their life, pursuits or careers, things that they think will make them happy. Some people do it through obtaining material desires or amassing money. Some people do it through relationships, thinking that another person will set them free. But none of these, of course, will set you free. There's only one way to set your heart free, and it's to free it from all that restricts it. It's the only way that you can experience true freedom. And I've been focused on this for the last 25 years. Spiritual pursuit, the spiritual adventure is about the freedom of your heart. And the only way is to free your heart from all that restricts it, all that is suffocating it. And essentially that's fear. Now fear may manifest as anger and all sorts of other negative emotions, but ultimately it's fear. So what happens when we're afraid? When we think a thought, when we think a thought about something we don't want, because that's all fear is, it's a thought about something we don't want, something that scares us. I don't want that to happen. So when we think a thought, we think of something we don't want to happen, something we think is going to happen that we really want to avoid, we have a thought, and immediately our heart responds by tensing up, by clenching. It's resistance. It's the heart saying, I don't want this. So when we don't want something, our heart clenches and tenses up, and you'll notice that the whole of your body tenses up. So next time you feel afraid, just become aware of your body, and you'll see that there is tension everywhere, because our body's in a state of resistance, because it thinks that your thought is real. It thinks that your thought about whatever it is that you don't want to happen, it believes it to be real. So it physically resists that reality that you're thinking about by tensing itself up. That's what fear is. In the body, fear is tension, and tension is resistance. Fear, tension, resistance, they're all the same thing. So the antidote, when you feel that tension and resistance, and of course, ultimately that's in our heart. We don't know it's in our heart, but as you go deeper and deeper into becoming aware of your body and aware of your heart, you realize that there is fear in your heart and there is tension in your heart. And ultimately, we need to release that tension. And that's when we can experience true freedom, when we release all tensions from our heart. So it's easy to say this, of course. It's easy to say that we need to release tension from our heart. And, you know, the mind, our mind likes to make things so much more complicated, because that's a trick of the mind to keep you stuck in your head. And really you need to be in your body. You need to become more aware of your body and the state of your body, because then you can, I don't like the word control, but then you can influence how you feel. You can choose, when you become aware of your body, you can choose to relax at any moment. Because when you choose to relax, good feelings return. And so the reason we don't feel good all the time is because we're so used to being held in tension, because we're so used to living in here. And so we're listening to all these thoughts, believing that they're going to come true, or believing that there's this threat or this thing we should worry about. So we're just listening to our thoughts all the time and not even aware of how our body's responding to them, which is usually with tension and resistance, which is fear. So one wonderful thing I like to say in almost every video I make is that it is impossible to feel afraid, completely impossible, physically, emotionally, spiritually, biologically, any other alley. It's completely impossible to feel afraid when you are relaxed. Now, you should try this because this is one of the most liberating and important things you can possibly understand, that when you're relaxed, you cannot feel afraid because fear is tension. And the absence of tension is relaxation. So fear cannot be present. When we're relaxed, we cannot feel afraid. So the antidote to feeling afraid is to become aware of the tension and to consciously relax, no matter what your mind is telling you, because your mind will keep going and going, saying, yeah, but you shouldn't relax. This is a real threat. You shouldn't relax because this thing's going to happen. You need to prepare for yourself. You need to figure out what you're going to do or how you're going to deal with that problem. Your mind just wants to keep you in here because then it can keep you in a state of tension. But as soon as you become aware of the body and the heart, it can no longer control you, and then you're in control. When you become aware of your body and your heart, you can see the tension is there, and you can say, I don't want this tension, and I don't need it, and I don't need to stay here. I can release the tension. That's the greatest power you have. When it comes to your freedom, the greatest power you have is to replace tension with relaxation. Because relaxation invites love to flow back through us. Because love is supposed to be flowing through us. It's supposed to be flowing through our heart. But we stop it. We create a stranglehold on our heart and we stop love flowing. As long as we're tensing ourselves up, as long as we're in tension, we are stopping the flow of love, which is meant to be flowing through our veins, flowing through our muscles, flowing through every part of our body, especially through our heart. And we prevent it from doing so by holding ourselves in tension. It's that simple. It really is that simple. So when you become aware of the tension, which is preventing love from flowing, and you release the tension, and you allow that relaxation to go deeper and deeper, and you sink deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation, and release all tension on a finer and finer level, which ultimately will take you to your heart, and you let your heart relax, then relief comes and love follows. You'll feel relieved. Such a relief to know that you don't have to be in a state of tension. You don't need to be. It's your choice. So by choosing to let go of tension and choosing relaxation, you are choosing freedom. And this is a very, very practical understanding. It's not some cerebral mental thing that you can think about. Don't bother thinking about this, because thinking just keeps you in the wrong place. You need to come back to your body and feel your body and notice what state your body is in. Notice where the tension is, because there's pretty much always tension in our body until we come back to our body and become aware of it and we choose to release it. And that's where we feel this great relief, and we realize, we can laugh, we can realize, oh my goodness, I can be at ease right now. I can feel happy right now. I can feel peaceful. I can feel love right now. I don't need to be in my head. It's only your own thoughts that have been persuading you to stay there. And you don't need to listen to them. Because really there's a voice in our heart. And that voice tells us it's safe to relax. Just let go. It's safe. It's safe to be in your heart. There is no threat. There is no danger in this moment. And this moment's where you need to keep your attention, by the way, because your mind will always take you into future moments or into the past and get angry or resentful about the past. You need to stay in this moment and realize that there is no reason to be in a state of tension right now, because right now is all you have. And either you're in a state of tension, which creates a state of disharmony in your entire being, or you're in a state of relaxation, which creates a state of harmony, complete harmony and ease. And that's what freedom is. It's being in a state of harmony, because you're in harmony with something greater than you. There's a greater force. You could call it divine harmony if you wanted to. Some people call it God, some people call it love, some people call it, all sorts of different things. It really doesn't matter what you call it, but it is harmonious, and we can attune, we can synchronize with that, we can harmonize with that by allowing ourselves to return to a state of harmony. And then we realize that we're connected to that greater harmony. We're part of it, and that's in fact what's flowing through us. That harmony which we feel inside of us is bigger than us, and we're a part of it. And we're inside it. It's inside us and we're inside it. There is no separation. And that's the biggest problem we have, is separation from this divine harmony, or love, you could call it. I'll use the word love. Separation from love, which comes when we stop resisting, we stop fighting with our body, with our heart. We stop holding tension, to let the tension go. And relaxation comes and love will flow. And in love is where we find our freedom. In love is where we find our freedom. And that's an experience that we can experience right now. We just need to start letting go of tension. So, to stay on a practical level, what's the best way to let go of tension? Well, deep breathing is very useful. And just letting your whole body relax on the out breath. Just letting everything go on the out breath. Letting your body become loose and heavy. And just saying, it's okay. It's okay to relax. It's safe to relax. It's good to relax. And it's very good to be in nature. It's very good to spend time in nature, just relaxing in nature, or walking in nature, being in nature, doing what you enjoy in nature. Just being in nature and not feeling, not thinking, but just kind of sensing all that nature has to give us. The smells, the sounds, the bird song, the beautiful insects, the butterflies, the colours, all that nature offers. Just take it in, don't think, just take everything in nature, and it speaks to us on a deep, deep level, and we start to relax in our heart, because as I said, our heart needs to relax. Not just a body, that relaxation has to go deep, deep, deep to the core of us, which is the core of our heart. And there are fears there. There are fears in the core of our heart, which we need to let go of, because they're holding our heart in tension. And they may come to mind, our fears may come to mind, our fears of abandonment, or our fears of being punished, or our fears of being hurt, or whatever the fear may be. Those fears, as the relaxation goes deeper and deeper, those fears arise and we become more conscious of them, and it's usually that's where we hit a barrier and we say, no, I don't want to relax anymore, and we try and stay in control, because control comes from fear, because we want to stay in control because we're afraid of what will happen when we let go of control. And when we encounter those fears, the challenge is to let go. Don't control. When you encounter those deeper fears which come to mind, and they present themselves as if they're real. Fears always present themselves to you as if they're real. But when they come to mind, you have to say, that's not real. It's safe to relax. Keep relaxing. Keep letting go. Keep allowing the tension to dissolve and relaxation to take the place of all tension. And as that relaxation goes deeper and deeper, and we release deeper and deeper fears, then the freedom goes deeper and deeper. Freedom, and it's impossible to describe what happens when you encounter deeper and deeper states of freedom. It's impossible. All I can tell you is you want it, and you'll be so glad that you pursued the freedom that you're looking for in your heart, and you let go of the fears. It'll be the greatest revelation in your entire life, because it's been said many times, freedom is what you encounter on the other side of your fear. When you get past your fear and you let go and don't let that fear stop you, you move past fear, then you experience freedom, complete freedom. So to remain on a practical level, what helps you to relax? For me, it's beautiful music. I love beautiful music. So I've been making music for about 25 years, and I've been collecting really beautiful ambient music. Music that speaks to my heart, music with intelligence and depth, music which really is profound. It sounds like it's come from another planet, really, but with beauty. And that speaks to my heart, and it makes my heart relax. So let me ask you, what makes your heart relax? Because music is a very, very useful tool, by the way. So let me just ask you to consider what music really inspires you, what music really sets your heart free. Because that's a very useful tool, a good ally to have on your side. And you may notice on my channel that I post a lot of dance videos, because dance is a wonderful way to release all inhibition, all self-control, and to really allow your heart to be free, Dancing is the heart's favourite way to express its freedom. And singing as well. Singing and dancing are the heart's favourite way of expressing its freedom. So you can come at it the other way, you can approach it from the other way and say, well, I want to help my heart to feel free. Then sing. Sing a song that makes you feel joyful. Don't sing a sad song, don't sing an angry song. Sing a song of joy, sing a song with beautiful words that inspire you. Or dance, put on some really positive and uplifting music. Don't listen to aggressive music, don't listen to angry or dark music. Listen to dance music that makes you feel happy, that makes you feel like jumping for joy. And that's the music I like to share on my website, on my YouTube channel. If you look at my channel, you'll see so much music that's joyful. So you can use my channel, listen to the videos on my channel and dance to them if it helps you, because that's why they're there. They're there to encourage you to dance and to set yourself free, to tap into the freedom in your heart, tap into the joy and let it flow. Remind yourself what it feels like to have freedom flowing through you, to have love and joy flowing through you. You need to remind yourself, because most of us have forgotten. We only feel free, we only feel joyful when something really good happens, like an important life event or something that's unusual, something doesn't happen very often. But when it happens, we're like, wow, it's an opportunity to celebrate. We feel like we should be celebrating, and celebration really is the key. Because when we are free, we feel like jumping for joy. When we experience our freedom and we realize that there's no reason to be afraid, there's no reason to be in control and to worry or to be anxious, there's no reason. We really can be in celebration. And when we realize this, when we realize that we can be free and there's no reason to fear at all, and no harm can come to us, when we trust that we are safe, and this is imperative, it's imperative to trust that you are safe, because that's when you really are safe, is when you trust you are safe. Because as long as your mind is telling you to be afraid and doubting your safety, then it's your mind which is taking you into this reality of fear, which is the darkness. And that's the danger. The real danger is not out there, it's allowing your mind to be pulled into the darkness through negative thinking, through fearful thinking, through angry thinking, through doubts and mistrust. The darkness is a threat. And so we have to steer clear of the darkness, and the best way to do that is to embrace whatever it is that brings us into the light, to trust that we are safe, because when we trust, our heart relaxes. When we trust, our heart relaxes, and really trust is the antidote to fear. All these fears of threat, we have to trust that we are safe. And in trusting, only in trusting, are we safe. And that's a really crucial thing to understand, because most people want to be safe when they know that some threat has been nullified and something they think is going to happen isn't going to happen, and then they feel safe. Or when they feel like they've found a place where no one can find them, or when they've built high enough walls around their house, or when they've built a big enough bank balance, then they feel safe. But no, you'll just find some other reason to feel afraid. But if you want true safety, then it comes through trusting that you are safe. And this is the leap of faith. There's no proof that you are safe. You have to trust that you are safe. And in trusting, your heart relaxes. And then love comes in. And you feel the freedom, you feel the expansiveness of your heart through trusting. This is the key, trusting. You can call it faith if you want to. It's trusting that you are safe. And you have to trust to experience true and deep security and safety. You have to trust that you are safe. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. There is no other way to experience that true safety other than to trust. And that's a hard thing, because most of us have gotten used to trusting when we see evidence that it is correct to trust, that it's sensible to trust. We see evidence and we say, okay, I'm going to trust now because I see the evidence externally. But actually it's the leap of faith. We need to trust that we are safe. And that's a challenge, but it's the only way. The only way is to relax your heart, trust that you are safe, and allow that relaxation to go deep. Allow the trust to go deep and see what happens. See what you encounter in your heart. the expansiveness, the light that you will perceive when you let go of the control. Because when we don't trust, we control. When we trust, we let go of the control of our heart and we let something greater, love, we let love permeate our heart. And the more we let it permeate, the more we experience the divine realm, the heavenly realm, the light, the deep love, the peace, and that's what we're all looking for. So, use things that help you. As I said, music, song, dance, nature. But ultimately, you can just sit quietly by yourself. Allow your heart to relax. And if it helps, talk to the higher power if you want to. Say, please help me. Talk to the angels, talk to God, talk to Jesus if you want to. Talk to whoever you want to talk to, but ask for help. Ask for help to relax and to let go. Please help me let go. Please help me trust. Please let love replace all fear. I want love to replace all fear. Please help me to do that. Please help me let go. And you'll be amazed what happens when you ask for help. Amazed. And you need to ask for help. I recommend asking for help because you'll be amazed the help that is there. It's indescribable. It's impossible to understand or comprehend. But you'll perceive it when you ask for it. So I'm going to leave you now, but hopefully I've given you some insight and understanding as to how to experience the freedom, the love, the peace, and to be free of fear, free of darkness, free of all that threatens you, because there is no threat. When you are in the light, when you trust that light, then you are truly safe. Then you are saved. So on those words, I bid you farewell. Thank you for listening. I wish you well, and God bless you.